Ljubljana, Slovenia. Voters in Slovenia went to the polls on Sunday to decide a runoff election between a sitting president deeply rooted in the political establishment and a former actor who had appealed to the electorate by tapping into concern about the struggling economy. With all votes counted after the polls closed, the incumbent, Borut Pahor, described by one news media outlet as Europe's histogram president, received nearly 53%, according to results published by Slovenia's National Election Commission. His rival, Marjar Sarek, the former actor and mayor of a small town north of the capital, Ljubljana, received a little more than 47% of the vote. Despite the unofficial results, however, Sarek, 39, congratulated Pahor, 54, for apparently winning a second term in this tiny alpine country that was once home to America's First Lady, Melania Trump. Pahor, who won a 5-year mandate, will become Slovenia's second two-term president since 1991, when the Slavic nation of 2 million people gained independence after the collapse of communist Yugoslavia. "I have learned a lot in this campaign," Pahor said in an address to supporters at his campaign headquarters in Ljubljana. "I understood that people want me to speak out more often, and I promised to make their voices heard." He said he would intervene to help politicians solve problems, not to deepen divisions in the nation. "I will work hard to restore people's faith into democracy and its institutions, particularly those who chose not to cast their ballots today," Pahor said. Public opinion experts had predicted a tight race after Sarek forced a runoff with the widely popular president in the first round of the vote. "It's really telling that a candidate like Pahor, with so much experience, skill and popularity, had such a challenger in Sarek, who comes from nowhere and appears to have little to offer," said Taja Staric, a veteran political reporter who is now the news editor of Slovenia's public broadcasting network. Ahead of the runoff, Sarek had narrowed Pahor's lead in the opinion polls, an indication that Slovene voters were in sync with those across Europe, where candidates campaigning from the fringe of traditional political parties and the governing elites have steadily gained support. The presidential election is considered a dress rehearsal for next year's vote for parliament. Nearly 42% of 1.7 million eligible voters cast their ballots on Sunday, just under the turnout after the first round, on October the 22nd, when 43% of eligible voters in Slovenia cast ballots. While there is a populist tilt in Slovenia, the shift is nowhere near the seismic changes in Britain, where voters last year backed leaving the European Union, in Germany, where the Alternative for Germany became the first far-right party to enter parliament in decades after elections in October, or in Austria, where the People's Party emerged in October as the strongest political force in the country, setting the course for a rightward shift. Both candidates in Slovenia ran as independents, but Pahor is deeply entrenched in the traditional party system of the left that has ridden the waves of European social democracy since the collapse of communism.